Not too long ago, I went through a period where I felt overwhelmed and uninspired. It kind of felt like when you overload a plug socket and then each time you try and flip the switch, the fuse blows. I eventually realised that I'd hit burnout and I was pretty much trying to run on empty. I felt like I'd lost the zest and joy for what I did, and I tried to look outward for inspiration, but in my pursuit, I was only digging in deeper, getting lost down this rabbit hole of overwhelm and feeling like I was drowning in tasks, information, and what felt like never ending work deadlines. What had previously felt manageable up until a point no longer did, and I was becoming anxious on a daily basis. It got to the point where I was feeling disillusioned by everything and bombarded with so much of what everyone else was doing that I didn't even know what I wanted to do anymore. It was at this point I knew I needed some time off, and not only that, but a real time out. Over the past year and a half, I'm sure many of us have spent more time than ever engrossed in our phones and watching Netflix and other forms of TV, all great vices for entertainment and escapism when we need it, but when gone unchecked, at what point does it stop being entertainment and start simply becoming habit? For me, my habitual scrolling and spending time on my phone was becoming less of an enjoyable pastime and more of just an actual passing of time without me even realising it. So I decided it was time to go cold turkey. I knew I needed a proper reset, and so I booked a week out in my work calendar and I scheduled to have a week-long digital detox. The night before, I started by deleting my social media apps and turning my email notifications off. I put my laptop away in a cupboard and then I set my phone on Do Not Disturb with the intention of only using it for text messages when I really needed to. As I went into offline mode, I instantly started to feel a wave of relief come over me, and I actually felt excited. Finally, I thought. I paused. What now? Then I reached my phone to check. Oh, wait. And so it began. The first day was the hardest. It felt weird not to fill any wait time in the day with a quick scroll, be it browsing on the internet, checking social media, or even just checking my emails. I felt like my comfort blanket had been taken away and I wasn't sure what to do. I had my phone, but I didn't have much to do on it. I've never been much of a texter, so without social media and the occasional email check-in, my phone quickly became pretty uninteresting. I found myself even heading out without it, and it started to feel quite freeing. TV was probably the hardest thing to wean myself from. In the evening, it's become a habit that my husband Damien and I will watch something together, like usually a series or a film, but it got to the point where we were just looking for something to watch instead of having the intention of wanting to watch a particular thing. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching shows and movies, and it's not something I'm about to give up forever, but it had become a habit, and going a week without it made me realise how much I rely on TV to wind down, and sometimes actually just to numb my brain rather than facing the actual problem, which in this case was needing to address the overwhelm and anxiety I'd been facing. I started to fill some of my spare hours with reading, and yes, I literally had newfound hours spare. Reading for me has always been one of those things that I enjoy when I do it, but I easily fall out of the habit of it, and I feel like it's because I say I don't have the time, when in reality I'd have the time if I wasn't browsing the internet, scrolling on social media on my phone, or binge watching shows of an evening. Damien wasn't doing the digital detox, but as I wasn't watching TV, even he joined me in the evenings with reading as well, and I definitely feel like it opened us up to having more extensive and deeper conversations too. As soon as I got back into the flow of reading, I began to feel a surge of inspiration start to flow through me. I'd said that this digital detox week was strictly a no work week, so I had to refrain from grabbing for my laptop and putting my ideas into motion right away, but it didn't mean I couldn't grab an old-fashioned notepad and pen and jot down ideas in the meantime. And that's another thing, I wrote a lot. I've always been into journaling, but this week off really re-sparked my love for writing, and in the good old-fashioned way. I really enjoyed getting my thoughts and ideas out onto paper with zero pressure to do so. I pretty much treated my week like an at-home retreat, going to the gym and yoga, and I even had a massage. And I got to spend more time outdoors, enjoying long walks with my dog. Oh, and that's another thing, we have a dog now. Meet Larry the Labradoodle. He likes playing, napping, and his favourite treat is blueberries. During my digital detox, overall, I felt more present, a feeling which I realised I'd been missing for a long while. I wasn't worrying as much, and that sense of overwhelm had melted away. I got to sit in the discomfort of not being able to lean into my go-to distractions, and I really got to reconnect with myself in the process. It had been a long time since I felt I had so much time that I didn't know what to do with it all, but there I was thinking to myself, what shall I do next? And it felt good. It felt good to feel at ease with my time. If I was able to feel like this and give myself this time back whilst I was off work, it made me think how much more effective it could make things when I did get back to work, and how I could find better balance with it all as well. Another thing this digital detox has helped me with is that it's forced me to take a step back and look at what I want to focus on next. It's so easy to be in comparison mode without even realising it when you're constantly being fed what everyone else is doing and everyone else's life's narrative. At times it can have you questioning, am I making the right choice? Should I be doing that? Maybe I should be doing more of this. I needed to go inward and reflect without so much of the noise, and this week-long digital detox really helped me with that. I feel like I've been on autopilot with what I've been doing and putting out online for a long while, in a non-stop cycle of creating and consuming. I began to lose the joy for what I was doing, but taking this time out really allowed me to reconnect with what I really wanted to create more of and put out there, and sharing my own experiences and lessons I've learned along the way like this is one of them. Overall, I definitely feel this experience was worth it. So this digital detox was great and all, but what does this mean going forward? Well, I am not about to quit the internet or TV or any of my digital devices for that matter. In fact, taking this time out made me realise the parts of them that I enjoy the most, and the parts that maybe are just habit and that I can potentially let go of. I feel incredibly lucky and grateful that I get to create and share online for a living. Being present and balancing the online world can be a tricky one to navigate, and it's definitely not for everyone. I so understand why people quit social media and the internet altogether. For me, however, I really enjoy the connection that it can bring, and I actually find the knowledge that can be shared online and found online invaluable. In fact, that's one of the things I did miss off during my week offline, is because I'm forever researching things on the internet and reading up on different topics, and that's something I won't be taking for granted anymore. I will, however, be making digital detoxes a part of my life from now on. I thought I'd find it harder than I did, and I didn't realise how valuable I'd find it either. In this fast-paced, ever-evolving digital world we live in, I couldn't recommend taking a digital detox enough, especially if you are someone who struggles with anxiety, stress, or overwhelm. If a week might feel like a little bit too long for you, why not try a weekend or even 24 hours, see what comes up for you, and you might just reconnect with yourself and you might actually just love it. But don't quit the internet just yet, because I have got more videos coming for you. So I'll hopefully see you in the next one.